All right, now this is another book that I'm using this year. This is not a planner, even though it is a planner. This is a pocket-sized full-year daily planner. It's adorable. I wanted one of these just because I wanted one of these, and I had no idea what in the world I was going to use it for. I had the idea of maybe doing a small watercolor every day. I knew that wasn't going to happen, but I thought I can use it for something. So what I've decided to use it for, and I'm actually really excited about, is this is going to be my book review book, because I'm not using it as a planner. It's not tied to any year. I've already started it. I started doing book reviews back in 2024, the end of 2024. And so I had printed off these little papers that you can see here and done the review on them and stuck them in my planners. And I will return these once I'm finished transferring the information to here. But I basically I have this lovely washi full page stickers that I print stuff on, and then I can cut them out and stick them in here, and they're so thin they don't bulk up your book terribly. But anyway, I've got the review done already, and so I'm just writing it in, start and end date, if it was an audiobook, what I thought about it, how many stars I gave it. So I have read all of these, but I haven't done, and I've done the review, I just haven't transferred it here yet, and this is kind of where I am at. So yeah, I'm just going to use this until it fills up, but I like the fact that these are as fun as it is to have this, like, I kind of, in 2024, in July, I got my first Hobonichi product, and I hadn't even heard of Sterling Ink at that point. And so I was using it as, an everyday carry, and it was full of pictures. I was memory keeping in there. I was doing my to-do lists in there. I was journaling in there. I was doing everything in there, and it just chunked up huge. So I was taping things in and I love it, but it's not practical for real life. So I didn't continue with that size going forward into 2025. So as nice as that looks, and as much as I like having that all in there, I do like having all of my book reviews in one place. So that is how I will treat this moving forward. So anyway, this is just the cutest little size. It feels so good in my hands, and it's fun to take places and work on. So anyway, that is what I'm using this cute little pocket-sized daily planner for. And if you're considering doing book reviews, you might want one that's a bigger size. I mean, I don't write a lot about it. I'm not somebody that I'm not in a book club where we read a book and discuss it, because if we were, I would need something bigger than this, because this would fill up really fast, because I would need a lot of pages. Where right now I can do one book per page. Now, if I wanted to take more, I could. The only thing that's locking me in is all these previous ones, but I know what I wrote. I didn't write much. I've got even more space than what I used before, so I'm not worried about running out of space in here to do my review. But in the future, if I read something that's very profound and I want to spill over to the next page, I'm going to do it. So that won't be a big deal. So this is a great way to use a small book like this and to have your stuff in one spot. So if that's something that you're interested in, this works. A daily planner works really well for tracking books. Now, a lot of people like to track their reading in a page like this, and the only reason I'm not using any of the beginning of this book for that is this is going to take up multiple years. So there's no point in tracking what I'm doing in 2026, because the book started before then. And it's not like I have a whole bunch of these to do, like, okay, let's do 24, let's do 25, let's do 26, 27. I mean, in theory, I could white all this out and make more of these and do it. I guess I could. But I'm tracking them in my everyday carry, that data in there. So this is, unfortunately, the beginning of this book is useless to me. So, I mean, in hindsight, I could have just gotten a notebook rather than getting a daily planner. But I wanted a daily planner. I wanted to hold one in my hand and use it and see what I could make out of it. So when this gets full, I might move on to just a notebook, or I don't know. But I'm not an avid reader that just has a bunch of things going at the same time, or goes through a book a day or 2 books a day like some people do. That's just not me. I listen to audiobooks more as I'm doing things and traveling. So I kind of go through phases where I do a lot and then not much. So, I mean, I may at some point start adding other media in here and start reviewing like TV shows and movies that I watch. If I had a good way, and I need to research it because there's probably a way to go and like see what am I watching on YouTube, what am I watching on not Netflix, but like Amazon Prime, and I could like see a log of what I did every day, then I would probably add that in here just because, and just instead of this just being books, it would be just media in general. But for right now, I don't have a good way to track that information. So we're going to stick with this for just books for right now. Anyway, hopefully that was helpful in some way if you're interested in keeping up some sort of a reading log. Have a great day.